In this episode, we will see how Mahatma Gandhi changed the course of India's freedom struggle with his non-violent revolution. Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in January 1915. For the next 2 decades, he led Indians all over the country in a non-violent revolution that won India its independence. But do you know why British rulers had to leave India? Do you know what made the British, who had ruled India for 200 years, pack their bags and leave India? What was so powerful about Gandhi's movement that even the mighty British had to bow before it? What weapons did Gandhi use in his revolution? How did he fight the mightiest empire of his time without weapons? Let's find out. When Gandhi arrived in India, the first thing he did was connect with people. He wanted to understand their problems. So he traveled all over the country. He met all kinds of people, peasants, workers, businessmen, women, and students. He talked to them, understood their problems, and told them how they could become agents of change. He told them how they could win back their freedom by nonviolent means. He called this method satyagraha, which means holding on to truth. So how did Gandhi's satyagraha work? How did it become a powerful weapon against the British Empire? Let's understand through the Champaran Satyagraha. In Champaran district of Bihar, peasants were not allowed to enter the fields of indigo. They could only work in the fields, and if they fell sick, they would have to pay for it out of their own pocket. When Gandhi learned about this, he decided to help them. He went to Champaran and started talking to the peasants. He explained to them the ways of Satyagraha and asked them to join him in his movement. Peasants from all over the district joined him and started picketing the indigo fields. This meant that they would not work in the fields until justice was done. The British were very angry. They arrested Gandhi and his followers and put them in jail. But this did not stop the movement. It only made the peasants angrier and more determined. Soon, thousands of peasants were arrested. But still, the movement did not stop. It continued for 20 long years. During this time, many leaders and ordinary Indians gave up their lives. But even then, the movement did not stop. Finally, the British government had to give in. They had never seen such unity and bravery among Indians. They had ruled India for 200 years, but never had they faced such a strong and united opposition. After the Champaran Satyagraha, there was no looking back. Similar movements were launched all over the country. In 1918, the government passed the Rowlatt Act. It gave the British government the power to imprison anyone without trial. The people of Punjab were not happy with this. They wanted to do something to get rid of the British rule. On April 13, 1919, people gathered at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar to protest against the Rowlatt Act. The British General Dyer came to know about this. He ordered his soldiers to fire at the innocent and unarmed Indians. This is known as the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. Thousands of Indians were killed and injured. This was one of the darkest chapters in the history of independent India. It was a turning point in the Indian freedom struggle. This event showed Indians everywhere the true colors of the British. They could see how merciless the British were and how important it was to get rid of them. After this incident, Gandhiji called for a nationwide revolt. People responded. Boycotts, strikes, and picketing became a common feature across the country. Cities and towns were testigo. Soon, the British realized that they would have to leave India. They tried to make Indians accept a limited self-rule, but it was too late. The seed of independence had been sown. It had taken deep roots. And soon India got its independence on August 15, 1947. So we can say that Gandhi's nonviolent revolution was a game changer in India's freedom struggle. It showed the world that even the mightiest empire could be defeated without weapons. It showed the world the real meaning of courage, the courage to stand up for what is right, the courage to fight for freedom, and the courage to live a life of truth and nonviolence. Now let's make some flashcards. Here is your first flashcard. What is nonviolent resistance? Nonviolent resistance is a way of protesting against injustice and oppression without using violence. This can include things like peaceful protests, civil disobedience, and non-cooperation. Now flip the card. Who is the father of nonviolent resistance? Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi is considered to be the father of nonviolent resistance because he developed and used this method to help India gain its independence from the British Raj. He believed that by using nonviolent resistance, ordinary people could bring about political change and fight against oppressive powers. Now here's your third flashcard. What is satyagraha? Satyagraha is a Sanskrit word that means holding on to truth. It was a term coined by Mahatma Gandhi to describe his philosophy and practice of nonviolent resistance. Satyagraha involves a commitment to truth and nonviolence, as well as a belief in the power of love and forgiveness to overcome hate and injustice. Now it's time for a quick review. Let's see what you have learned today. Ask your child to arrange these events in chronological order. Also ask them to explain each event in a few words. This exercise will help them remember the events in the correct sequence. You can also ask them to draw a picture of their favorite event. This will help them engage with the material in a creative way. And don't forget to give them lots of positive reinforcement. After all, learning should be fun. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel for more such wonderful episodes.